Thank you, thank you.
I changed my name on Twitch, so hopefully everything doesn't break when I hit go live. Also, the new Foundry update is out. I haven't updated to it, but the new Foundry update is out that has built-in levels and like 3D exploration. So that will make those maps much easier. I'm very excited for that.
Well, your notification looks right.
Excellent. It even popped up on my phone, which is unusual.
Oh. A self-notification.
Kathy, what's wrong?
Did you say Cathew?
Yes, it's one of my cats.
Ah,
okay.
Aw!
Send pictures of Cathew now?
That's a fantastic name.
He's acting like terrified of something.
Uh-oh. My cat's been so anxious that he's licking himself hairless.
Oh, good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been super fun.
Okay, yeah, I gotta go. He was shitting.
Oh.
Okay.
He was shitting?
Apparently.
That's an emergency.
I wanted to make sure I understood what was being said.
You have understood. There might be more. I mean, hopefully that's all that's going on.
Is this a game I'm gonna like stabilize at 1 HP and then please first place guy kill me?
I don't remember who heard that I'd already already landed a job interview on Monday, but already had the second follow-up interview today, and I think that went well. So,
ooh, yay!
I will be amazed and feel very blessed if this round of job search is finished within 2 weeks. That will be astonishing to me. But...
Hashtag blessed.
Here's hoping.
It's another pretty small local business that looks like it's got a bit more consistent business than the escape room, and comes with like benefits and stuff. So that would be great. I will unfortunately, it will not be just babysitting people while they enter and exit escape rooms and paint rooms. So there will be a little more responsibility, but that's fine. We can manage that.
Darn.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
I'm gonna move to New York and I'm gonna work at Zora Mamdani's grocery store.
Oh yeah.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know you were a communist.
You know, a little known fact about me. Okay, also, feature note, don't put this fucking aqua egg on this fucking cadaver dude, holy moly.
Also, speaking of anxious animals, my dog wants to go outside so bad, but I don't know if I've mentioned he has like a sun sensitivity thing that he's developed over the last 6 months or so.
Oh.
Makes it difficult to get energy out just before Pathfinder now.
Is a sun sensitivity?
Yeah, it's called discoid lupus, which is
Huh.
of the lupuses, probably the best one to have. And it's not just a sun sensitivity, it's like a... Thank you, Joe. It's an autoimmune thing localized to the nose, and UV causes it to flare up more. So it's not strictly a sun sensitivity. It just just an autoimmune thing that flares up more when the sun is around. So yeah, today's a sunny day. Wasn't able to let him go outside the entire stretch between like 11 a.m. to now. So
You have to get him a doggy sun hat.
yeah.
Dude, a whole doggy sun suit.
I need to also get
He's
him more.
raging right now.
He is. I need to get him more dog blankets. Is the thing I need to get him.
See, and now my anxious animal is yelling at me. BRB.
Okay. Yeah, Konnor, if you do want to get across the obelisk, we play it very frequently when our
Already
Sunday.
done.
Very nice. Did you get the DLC?
I
did
recommend.
not.
I highly recommend just buying the complete edition.
I do recommend
Um,
that. I most recommend it when it's on sale.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, it's probably not on sale
No.
right now.
Yeah, so I would strategically I would hold off. It's worth it even if it's like you wouldn't be unhappy with what you get if you buy it not on sale. It just does go on sale relatively frequently, and
Okay.
yeah,
It is currently $90, which is a lot, but yeah.
for me it's currently $3.50.
Like $3.50 or 350.
$3.50 just to buy the latest skin pack that they put out.
It is currently $0 for me.
You got the skin pack, very very nice.
It
It was
cost me $1.
113.71 for me.
Goddamn, that makes sense.
Yeah, it
though.
cost me $1, so I bought it.
Cost you $1.
Yep.
Why was it $3.50?
I don't have any more
for me?
Steam money, but
Oh, I see. Did you have $2.50 in wallet, Steam wallet?
yeah,
I see.
yeah.
Found out why my chat stuff was a different theme on my camera screen. Just got logged out of Forge in the space between like clicking the website, clicking join game, and loading in.
Sheesh.
Weird.
I really do wish Forge would set their like cookie expiration for like your account login to a multiple of something other than 7 days. 8 days to be fine, 9 days, whatever works for them. That isn't gonna log people out at the start of their session every month or whatever. New name change, kind of dope. Thank you very much, Dallas. Now I just need to actually stream some music again. Thank you very much. We'll have to, let's see. We'll have to figure out which character you want that for and what
You know what's crazy?
what instruments and stuff you want involved. What's that?
Cygames put Granblue Fantasy on Steam,
Oh. Oh. Wow.
and then they got fucking review bombed. It's really crazy.
What specifically for? Or is it just an array of complaints?
It's just I'll just be honest. Like the game is just not very it's not easy to get into.
Got it.
And also there are a lot of there was a concerted effort to make people not play the game when they release it on Steam by like a bunch of the discords.
I see.
So there is just like a bunch of them are just like a bunch of the reviews are just like I've been playing this game for 1,000,000 years. You will never catch up.
Okay. Sick.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
And it's just starting in the current like global whatever progression. Like their new players are just getting dropped into current progression.
I don't know what that means.
Like with all the content and characters and everything that's come out on mobile, like immediately available.
Well, yeah. I mean, Granblue Fantasy has been playable globally for like a decade.
Yeah.
At least. Yeah. They just like can't play it on anything but Google Chrome, basically.
Yeah. That is both the correct thing to do to like release it with just all that overwhelming amount of content there, but also like also rough. It is both.
Well, it's just it's just the best way to handle it. Like there's just
Yes,
there's no right way to handle a game that has been out for forever.
Yeah.
Getting like a new release in a new place.
I have seen some games try to do the like, well, the kind of thing that Lost Ark did, right? The accelerated re-release of all the content. And like never goes well.
Yeah, but where do you start? Like,
Yeah.
and one of Granblue Fantasy's things is like all the events are just like immediately replayable. So like actually none of the content in terms of like story and currency is gone.
Yeah.
So that's like it's just weird to me that the reviews are just like, yeah, I've been playing for 800,000 years, and if you want to play this game, just don't even think about it because it'll take you twice as long to catch up to me, and there's such a steep like learning curve for learning all the grids and all this other shit, and I'm just like, oh my god, everybody shut up.
That seems
Everybody
seems
shut up.
like oddly toxic.
That sounds very toxic, actually.
It is really toxic, actually.
How fucking gatekeepy. Instead of talking about how much you love the game and why you've been playing it so long, you're just like, anyone who's new shouldn't even try. Because
no, it's crazy. That's what I'm saying.
Crazy.
That's what I'm saying. I just
No. Their egos are absolutely gigantic and fragile.
yeah, it kills me. I'm just like, why are you guys what's happening here? What the fuck is happening here?
The way some game communities try to like self-cannibalize when there's a new release is so weird.
Okay, Voraktee's here.
Yes, correct. V, you have any quick urgent gaps?
Nah.
All right. Who would like to give the recap for last session or a brownie point?
Oh.
Do we get those in the mail or?
No actual brownies involved.
Damn.
Okay. So that we aren't just fucking sitting here for 8 minutes humming and hawing, I'll just do it for free. No brownie required.
Okay.
We begin with Queen Redmore. Wait, my notes. Oh, yes, we're at the top of Songel-shi, the castle. And we begin with Queen Redmore's words echoing through the city, with Dravis continuing to protect the metamorphosis ritual. Isha is approached by Asilia, and Denala communes with Isha's essence, and they have a conversation. The gist of that conversation is that in exchange for a sapling of divine energy, as it were, that Isha would take tourists to the sealing tree in Eden. And then we go to the Arx. I really need to write my notes in a slightly more readable way. The crystal we return to the Arx and the crystal the functions of the Arx to the party. And while the party is making preparations to leave, the simulacrum of Scala was asked by Taurus or Isha, Taurus or Steris, I don't know who actually, to give Isha some words. Something about she waited here for hundreds of years, blah, 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 I don't fucking know. Afterwards, the simulacrum vanishes, and the party continues to discuss the mercenaries and filling them in on what is going to be happening afterwards. While After that, Steris activates her vengeful sight to track some people. However, she can't see shit. Unfortunate for her. Isha is a fog creature now. And then Turris is being really weird about the dragon. Or not the dragon, the flying creature. Needlessly worried about it. The Arx teleports over Sangilshi. And immediately Steris is like, okay, well, I need to talk to my patron. She talks to her patron about saving her sister. And he's like, yes, I can brainwash them. I can make them my soldiers, because that's what you want. And she was like, you're right, I don't want that. And she fucking ignored him. It was cool. And then she descends and looks for Trevere, but Trevere finds her instead. And they have a discussion. Blah, 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 blah. Here are some quotes. If you could go back, what would you change? And Trevere responds with a hell of a whole lot, etc., etc. Trevere begins to explain that he was never really one for keeping with expectations, etc., etc. Steris changes her tune about Trevere, saying she'd like to work together. And then they begin to sabotage Isha, of course. What did I do to deserve that? Nothing, really.
Tragic.
Mm-hmm. Steris begins to explain that she believes that Isha is on her own revenge quest. And then Trevere, that little rat, says, I owe you everything. I'm only having a partnership with Isha. And I guess we'll see where that lands him. I don't know. There's some other stuff that happened. There was a component of the party not wanting to get together at all. Like everyone just fucking split up immediately. What else? Oh yeah, I did have to gather everyone in the throne room. To deal with Mardal. But Mardal got his brain sucked out or whatever, so I don't know what to do with him anymore. And that's a really weird situation, so. And that's it. That's all that happened.
All right. Any comments or additions or concerns about that recap?
Thank you. Thank you for that incredibly opinionated recap.
You know,
You're welcome for the incredibly opinionated recap.
We don't go for objective recaps around here.
No. It's always from the perspective of us as individuals. And I love that. Also, I feel it worth to mention that Turris teleported directly into the throne room and they were like, what the fuck? You shouldn't be able to do that. And he beat Steris there even though she left before everyone else.
Indeed. Mitchell, I have changed your character selection in the character config from bait over to your new Isha character sheet.
Oh, yes. I actually need to. Thank you for doing that.
And Voraktee, we had a little debate after last session about Turris had said something about, like, waiting for the winged friend to show up very casually. And Mitchel was convinced you were talking about the dragon, not dragon. And I had just thought it sounded like it was framed like waiting until the morning, waiting for. I thought you were waiting for Isha to get back.
No, Mitchell's right in this instance.
I fucking told you. I fucking told you.
All right.
Yeah, he's really paranoid about the winged beast.
Oh, I did
so
catch
paranoid
I did
about
catch
it.
that as well. I just also invented that.
Yeah, you
Turris was
reinvented-
convinced Isha was gonna just show up at the Arx without like going into town.
Why would Turris care about that?
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm not concerned about the dragon. Turris is though, because he doesn't trust like that in general. But I mean, you can do what you want. I don't care. I'm not the one paranoid trying to turn Isha's followers against her.
Hey,
You do care about what Isha's
you
doing.
do care about what Isha's doing. Stop pretending you don't.
Okay, all right, I do care a little bit. But what does it matter if she goes into town or not first? I don't understand that.
No. Like without. I thought Turris was just gonna stay in the Arx the whole time and like wait for Isha to come back if there was no other intervention.
It was close, but because he really likes the Arx, because big building like him, big old ancient cool building. But the meeting seemed necessary.
So basically, he was just gonna wait in the car, but only because he thought a dragon was gonna come and eat it.
More or less,
Mhm.
Understood. All right. Speaking of paranoid, the very last scene we left off on was Isha bringing Martel into the throne room to try to have a talk with him, try to make him see reason and submit to some trialing to break the Seraph's hold on him. But we have in fact found that the hold is already pretty strong, as when Isha's light started to burn when Martel tried to look upon her. His eyes were revealed to be just long, hollow tunnels of white. Not light, just infinite alabaster expanses of infinite depth. His eyes were gone. No eyelids or anything, just holes in his head where they should be. And he started to say, "The Seraph felt that I was in distress, close to wavering. Freed me from that. He heard your proclamation. That light reached even the cells. My eyes began to burn. There he belonged to the Seraph, after all. He wanted to know the faces of those that had interrupted his plans here. Shown up with that strange building outside. Didn't think I'd get the chance to show him our guests in person again." And he's kind of slowly starts panning those hollow eyes around the room. And look who they are. You are starting to become familiar, I dare say. there's a bit of a pause.
Well,
Go ahead.
Isha, she like kind of reaches for a part of her. She has this like kind of feathered. It looks like feathers, but it's just like a bunch of cloth. This her shawl, and she rips a piece of it. That's enough for the Seraph show, I suppose. And she'll tie it around his eyes.
Okay. Good call. Hmm. I apologize. People are moving around upstairs and Joe is freaking out.
Poor thing.
So, you go to cover his eyes. Does get, let me just see. He does get a good look at all of your faces. He does not... His eyes start to linger on Steris's hand a little bit, the one with the ring, but he does not get to inspect very long before that cloth gets placed in front of his eyes.
It seems to me that... Can you unpause the game?
Sure.
God bless.
Fireball.
It seems to me that the Seraph has stolen your fear as well as your joy and your hope.
I must admit that, at first everything felt a little bit cold after the fear was gone. But those other things came back. It is interesting to see you all again. And there's still plenty of joy and amusement at some of the things that the Seraph has shared with me. So I wouldn't say it's all gone.
You wouldn't know. But now I have such a... If you have no fear, I have such a willing test subject.
I must ask, and I am sorry if this is insensitive. Is it normal for you old sphinxes to keep Steno as pets?
Ooh. Wow.
I think you'll find that you are the pet now.
No need to be so joyless about this exchange.
Oh, it's quite the opposite, Moto. Turris. And she'll turn to Turris.
Yes, Isha.
She'll sort of like draw a symbol of the door. Like she draws like a door. In the air. Like with her finger.
He will look at old Martle and back to her and shrug and nod. And
Oh. No, he's staying here. He doesn't need to go anywhere else.
you didn't want me to
I was going to see if there was any point in trying to save him, but now that there isn't, I have a little project that I think he's just right for. But he doesn't need to know about it. Oh, hush you. And she rips another thing and she will she'll gag him.
Did she want the door drawn, or like was I misinterpreting somehow?
I was going to ask you if you started drawing the door, because that's what I heard Isha asking for.
Yeah, that's what I thought that was the request, and then it sounded like, well, maybe we don't need the door because I'm gonna turn him into a meat popsicle.
Oh, no. I'm asking you to draw the door, but I don't want you to like talk about it.
Oh yeah.
Since he's like right here.
Oh, that I got. Okay, cool. Yeah.
And Isha will look at Ada. She's like, I'm very sorry, madam, but I have a very willing guinea pig, and I would much like to keep him alive. I have a pretty little necklace I'd like for him to try on.
As Isha turns away, starts saying this to Ida, who starts to glower at that. Everyone who's still looking at Martle, you can start to see just like on his face, the gag's put in his mouth. Then like feathers start to grow out of his skin and like around the gag in his mouth, and very quickly starts to like cover his entire face. And not from his mouth, you hear the words reverberating of just so dramatic, so hostile. I am only here to deliver a message and ask one question. If you want to turn this boy into another pet project, take another from my flock, move the shadow from him, give him a chance to walk in the light like you have the others. By all means. I've gotten what I needed here. Humor my question and you can have him. That is what you do, right? my old bodyguard. Gave the wolf a new leash on life.
Eh.
It is hard to answer questions and write notes. And
Jude.
Sure is. Feel
oh
right
my
up
God.
your.
Okay.
Taurus, you're not allowed to laugh. You're not allowed to laugh at the Seraph's jokes.
That was me laughing at the joke. Not yours, don't worry. It's a good joke. It's a good joke. It's good. It's a good joke. Seraph's got jokes.
Seraph's got jokes.
I hate to tell you this. Jokes are coming from Martel's brain.
Okay.
Seraph's
he's-
lackey got jokes.
Is he asking me why I keep turning people over?
No, he's stated
Sorry,
that he
I
wants
just-
to ask a question. He has not asked the question yet. He's waiting
Yeah.
for a confirmation for this little exchange.
Mm-hmm.
And to ensure that he has your attention again.
Specifically Isha's attention?
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay.
Well, you should never expect a straightforward answer from a Sphinx.
Let us start with a message, then. I will tear that wretched keep from the sky. Do not worry, though. You will feel no fear as you fall. But we need not be enemies. You fight so hard to protect what the Four have turned your world into. If you want to say in what the world looks like once they are gone, you can have a seat at the table. I can give this to you.
This is the problem with you and the Four. You believe that you should have a say.
And then the question about the table that we all danced upon with no seat ourselves. With as old as you are, as ancient as you are, knowing how I was created. When the spark of you and yours was placed in the cold space that would become your light and your world, did you feel their shadows moving in the depths of time, watching for the moment that you devour yourself? Like when the one that gave birth to me was devoured. Is that why you let the Four in?
Jesus Christ. Watch.
And you
Sorry, I'm still writing down.
Totally fine.
I do have a response.
Okay.
Watching for the moment I would devour myself. Bro needs to take a writing class for regular people.
One could hear that as being directed at me, but the serif is very far from regular people for sure.
What was that for us in the back? Did the snake eating itself get scared of Isha being born because of itself?
I'm like, what is bro saying?
We need the spark nodes.
Am I the only one that's confused?
No, I feel like I have an understanding, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll have
Let
to.
me.
No,
I can pull
Let
away
us
the
mold
poetry
it.
for the
He is
players.
asking me a question about why I left the 4 in.
That part I picked up on. The other stuff.
And I can answer that question.
For the players, I can tear away the poetry and give you an idea of what the fuck he's talking about. Your characters probably won't understand the end of it. But he was born when a star collapsed into a black hole.
Yeah, it's like he's like sort of implying that I will turn into a second him in a way. Like he's like talking, which is fine. I have been watching your arrival for so long that when I thought I saw my saviors come on a ship of stone, I could not turn them away. But I realized that inviting them in was what brought us doom.
We love a good self-fulfilling prophecy.
I may have brought the eyes of the ancient ones here. They would have devoured this place eventually, whether they ever looked upon it or not. And, the feathers that grew kind of all over Martel's face start to, like, oh, buddy, start to, like, molt and fall out, revealing his blindfolded face, his gagged mouth again, leaving just a pile of these white downy feathers just all across the floor. And in the sound of all that, like, rustling to the ground, you just hear Martel kind of just, like, chuckling softly to himself as this all falls away. And then that chuckling just kind of And he starts to just, like, look around, just seeming very confused behind these bits of cloth. I don't know how much play this gag has. If there's enough for him to get words out around it. It's like...
Yeah, Isha sort of, she She like fully squats down and she like takes the blindfold over, like takes the blindfold and like peers behind it to see what that looks like first.
Eyes panicked, wide, dilated, just like look up at you, and he like jolts back a little bit as he sees you.
She puts she puts her hands over his ears and she's like, these are really useful actually. How did I get by without them before? He has eyes again, which is fucking weird.
Seems the Seraph is a man of his word.
I'm not doing anything with him, I guess. But it's interesting that he has his eyes again. I thought they were just gone. And she undoes the gag.
I don't know what I've been saying. But I am sorry. I wasn't myself.
Okay, please stop talking.
Right. Yes, sure.
Terrace, when you were detecting magic earlier, did you detect anything peculiar about him as of now?
I can only read aura.
Okay. Do you detect anything now?
I'll use read aura.
All right. So you spend the time casting that. You detect after the minute, it's almost all the way gone, but you detect like the presence of a let me see. Let me read this spell. No. Any like cleric magical aura, any divine magical aura that Martel had, as granted by the Seraph, is gone. Diminishing quickly. There's like a whiff of it on him. But there won't be in a minute.
Seems as though the Seraph has rescinded the power he granted to Martel.
Perhaps now he'll be more amicable towards your other interventions.
No. He would surely fail. Now, Martel. We're going to let you free. And you are going to apologize to De Leon.
Right, yes, of course.
And you will also apologize to Queen Redmore.
Have you taken the blindfold off of him yet?
No.
Right. Queen Redmore has stood up. Like during this whole thing, she was sitting on the throne and stood up as soon as things started to go bonkers. Ida had like grabbed her sword and started to. It was like half drawn in the excitement of the moment, and there's kind of the soft sound now of a sword sliding back into its sheath as Ida kind of relaxes a little bit. I wish my dog would. And he kind of hears that sound and kind of like jerks a head over his shoulder. Oh, heavens, I'm where I've forgotten where we are.
We are in the throne room of Castle Sangilshi.
Yes, I've also remembered where we are.
What else do you remember?
There's kind of like a moment where he kind of opens his mouth to speak. And then he's like, nothing. It's been a blank for weeks, I'd say. And Ida, like, scoffs from the side of the room. Of course, if there's anything I do remember that'll be useful, I will share it immediately. But I was a puppet in this ploy, and I may have entered into a pact with a horrible, horrible creature. But after that, I was not myself.
Isha will remove the blindfold.
I would like to see just how truthful he's being.
Go ahead. Feel free to roll perception.
I will do it with a mythic proficiency.
You both know immediately that he is lying. He's trying to set up like he's trying to keep blame as far away from him as possible, knowing that he's done awful things. In addition, Isha, what are there any particulars you would like to know? You have grand insight in this moment.
Okay, so he's trying to keep the. It sounds to me like he doesn't want to die, which I'm not going to kill him. Are there any particulars I want to know? He entered into like a pact with the Seraph. Are there any particulars you guys think I should be asking about? I don't really. The scene. I've got to be honest. I've been side blinded. Like I've been hit on the. I got T-boned very suddenly.
I will admit, I just wanted to know how truthful he was in general, because I didn't think he was being that truthful.
Well, it doesn't. It sounds like he does remember things, but he just doesn't want to talk about it, which is totally fine.
Yeah. So,
if that's like the understanding coming to you?
It also
yes.
sounds like he had more agency of his actions than he's letting on as well.
Yes.
So one little bit of insight that'll give you for free. It seems, I don't know if Isha's spoken to many drunk people, but it does. Martel is lying about not remembering anything. At the same time, he is incredibly nervous and actually, God, what's the word? Just very disoriented right now. He's got some wits about him, but he seems akin to someone who has blacked out and like doesn't know where they are or what they've been doing. And he is maybe even more nervous about the last couple of minutes. I'm gonna see if it's unsunny enough to let Joe outside real quick.
I have to piss.
Okay, sorry.
You're good. Isha had to go piss.
Okay, that makes sense. She's new to having ears, also recently reacquired a ladder, so.
Yeah. It's quite the burden. There was so much happening in that sequence, I didn't even get the chance to describe Steris reacting to that question being asked about Sphinx keeping Steno as pets. My goodness.
I was a little surprised you didn't say anything myself.
I was trying to, and then he started growing feathers.
Okay, what the fuck? This was such a weird start, and I've missed half of it. I'm gonna have to watch the fucking VOD.
You were there the whole time.
I was here
So
the
much
whole
happened
time.
so fast.
Dude, so much happened so fast. What the fuck?
I was just saying I didn't get a chance to describe Steris reacting. She would have hissed at being a Steno being called a pet.
That makes sense. I'm sorry he didn't stick around longer, but once
It's all good.
his fun got taken away with his eyes covered, he wasn't going to stick around to be interrogated. That's fucking boring. So
Right.
Me last night complaining that because he got his feelings sucked out, killing Martel doesn't matter.
Literally.
Okay, so he's just like, he knows he fucked up a lot, and he is disoriented.
yes.
Queen Redmore. Put him back in the cells, and then when he's less disoriented, perhaps we can speak with him more.
Right. Yeah, perhaps when we are all a little bit less disoriented. And she'll just kind of wave to the guards and then kind of like stop and like turn and say, Luna, be a dear and escort them just to... And Luna will step from beside the throne, like, give a nod, go pick up Martel, and start guiding him down and out of the room. His eyes, anyone who's looking closely at him as he gets dragged out, his eyes were like locked on probably Isha at first, just because Isha was the most directly questioning him. But as soon as he gets kind of pulled further away than that, his eyes kind of like go to the floor and like start darting around as he tries to figure out what the fuck just happened.
If anyone, just sort of like looking down to the floor, and her face is like really tense. It's, you have to remember she hasn't had like fucking face for like ever. And she is like trying to relax her face, but she's not really succeeding very well.
Perhaps you could send that new recruit of yours. What was his name? Dravis, to jog Martel's memory for him.
It's not going to do any good. He needs time to settle down.
It seemed to me like he recalled more than he was letting on.
It will do no good talking to him now. I'm sure you have lots of experience talking to people who don't want to remember things that they're trying desperately to swallow.
Being forced to face them sometimes does one good.
Yes, perhaps, but he doesn't have the spirit for it. That man is a coward and a weakling through and through.
Indeed.
As you guys are having this conversation, Ida kind of like looks at the queen, and is like, Surely you don't mean to keep this traitor around unpunished. And the queen kind of like...
Isha like interjects. You don't have to worry about it, Ida. He will be punished. He just not immediately.
Yes.
You can give him bread and crackers is all you want, and you don't actually you can give him crackers and then no water. If you would like. That is plenty of punishment for a worm like him.
She kind of coughs a little bit, somewhat displeased, but then Queen Redmore also speaks up and says, whatever else may have just happened, it seems that dear Martel has made himself more useful, or at least more interesting to our guests here. Maybe not Martel himself, maybe his dear guest has made him a bit more of an object of intrigue. So I do think it wise for now.
I'm certain we can derive some value out of him, given his experience, yes.
And I have been she's like still trying to like relax her face. I have been working on something that will hopefully cut off his connection to divine magic permanently. So he will hopefully never be able to cast a spell from the Seraph ever again, if that is the path he decides to walk.
It is rather justice that I am most concerned about. If the worm seeks to make himself useful by jumping on the hook for you, by all means, just don't let it swim away on you.
Oh, we shan't have that, don't you worry. He's going to be pressed into service for a good long time.
She seems to take that as good enough for now.
Terse will give like a firm nod and look to Isha and reach into his coat pocket, pull out a book and hand it to her.
What is this?
Oh, this is a book of facial muscle exercises. Not too long ago, I was very confused about my own muscles in my face and how to actually use them, you know. This book helped me quite a bit.
You know, it's interesting, Taurus. And she like motions towards the hole with the gold like light in her chest. You would think I wouldn't have to worry about this, but it seems that the people here have deigned that I am flesh and blood.
What's having blood like? Can you feel it inside you?
No.
Oh.
Though
Okay,
I'm
looks a
told
little
that if it's on
disappointed.
the outside, it's quite bad.
This is true.
It does seem to be the case.
Right, well, this has been a fascinating turn of events. I think it is, we should all take a recess and perhaps do something less boring than this, perhaps.
Nice.
You think that was boring?
Yes, less
Well,
boring.
I found the whole experience to be quite novel.
In the background, Turricon's trying to learn how to juggle.
Turcon was actually bored.
We'll
I
take
didn't-
that recess and have our own discussion. Let us know Guards will know where to find us if we are needed. Queen Redmore will kind of like nod to Ida and say, wait a word before we depart. And they'll step out the side door.
No, Josu.
To eavesdrop or not to eavesdrop?
The answer is always to eavesdrop.
I don't have a real conversation for them.
He's like, please
Okay,
don't.
I won't eavesdrop. I won't.
They
eavesdrop.
go to discuss army movements and the arrival of reinforcements from Worth in a matter of some amount of time.
Mm.
Oh. You know, we should head back to the tower, I believe. It is, it's been some time. Plus, we are expecting guests.
I think I know that, don't I? I do know that.
Do you?
No.
Pretty sure I do know that. Because I have the ring that talks to the...
Wrong guess, but that's
wrong
okay.
guess.
It's
You
okay.
I can't remember if we got back there or not already.
Nope, it's fine. We'll go back and they'll be there.
Yeah.
There's a door open upon the Arx, if you wish to utilize it.
I cast Ascending and I it's to De Leon, and I tell her to find me somewhere.
Okay.
Meet me at a place.
It can be in the castle courtyard in a matter of minutes. She will
okay,
meet you in
I'll
place. In a place.
Yeah, yeah. Would you, do you all of you care to see us reintroduce husband and wife? Or is that something you would prefer not to see?
That sounds rather lovely, actually.
I'd be happy to be involved.
Okay, well, let us walk then. Turris, you said you had something for me.
Oh, a message. You see, I thought it might be an appropriate time to mention it. Of a message spell. Well, so many things were happening, but it kind of looks a little awkward, but not very. It kind of like straightens up and it was a simulacrum of somebody that you might know that was on the Arx. You said that.
Not might. Isha definitely knows.
She just like, there's just like a disappointed sigh.
I was being a little tongue in cheek because I figured Isha would know what I'm talking about. And he kind of goes on. And he's like, it seemed a little. Well, simply she said that a part of her waited there for several hundred years, and you were not there.
Yes. That makes sense. So I assume you have met the simulacrum of Scala.
Indeed. Interesting conversationalist.
She is not one for words, really. She'd much rather let her blade do the talking.
Yeah, it took some convincing, but we managed to prove our worth for what it's worth. And it seems that the simulacrum is returning itself to its source. But it was an aspect of her, so I thought it respectful to deliver the message.
Well, I appreciate it.
I'll give a curt nod.
I'm sorry, I did not mean to sound ungrateful.
No. If you're anything but other than cagey, I would question if it was really you still.
Yes, I'm still the same. I just look different now. Though perhaps if you know where to look, you'll see that I'm mostly the same.
Oh, I quite understand. You can rebuild the facade of a building and the core is still the same.
You were trying to say something, Staris.
It was a retort I chose to swallow.
Oh. People can change after all, can't they?
As can gods.
Only through great effort.
I'm in fact less inclined to believe God's capable of change after what I've seen.
Then we see things quite differently. I think the simulacrum waiting there as long as they did meant something.
Perhaps she was consumed by guilt.
Guilt can be a motivator for change, can it not?
Yes, but you were only speaking to a fragment of her. You know not of the whole.
It did seem, as much as it were a task needing to be done to wait there, it seemed rather personal.
I am unsure why she waited there.
She waited there for you. She
Again,
waited in
I am unsure why. I'll think about it for a time, I suppose. Or maybe that's conniving little Snickerobra is around and he can tell me why. It seems your journey was a success at the very least.
Versus smile brightens.
I knew
Indeed.
I was right to place my trust in you. And you all came back mostly intact.
Stirs looks around mostly.
I sense that some of you have changed. You're different now. You're more like me, in a way.
How exactly?
You are suffused with the energy of the land. You are like demigods, I suppose.
We
Well, that's
didn't
novel.
encounter quite the blast of ley line energy in activating the Arx and defeating some Nalu.
quite the harrowing fight.
Indeed, it was.
If I had been there, it would have been too easy.
Certainly.
You can think that.
I will. Did you run into anything interesting besides this Somnalu creature in the simulacrum?
Just looks at stairs.
Quite a lot, but I don't know if our short walk to the courtyard is sufficient time to get into all of it.
You could just list it off. That would be easier and faster.
Turns out I'm connected to the Arx.
Fascinating.
And we have a new recruit at the tower. A warrior.
Fascinating.
Several new recruits, actually.
Interesting.
I've enlisted the aid of Amber and Ash to protect the Arx.
You're paying them.
For now. That's an arrangement I deign to change after we talk to the Orodines. Reunite them.
Of course. Is that it?
Steris just gives a nod.
Tears will look at her.
Her face is like she's maintaining a very calm expression, and perhaps if you are looking at her quite closely, the only thing giving her away are her snakes being a little restless.
All right. Well, I guess I will expect no surprises.
Curse will simply roll his eyes and keep walking.
Yeah, and I guess we come to the courtyard, and DeLeon is there.
Yes.
Whether to your surprise or your displeasure, Mardel seems to be back to himself.
That's good to hear, to be certain. So will he be... You mentioned some kind of trial before.
He is not suited.
She kind of like tilts her head to the side somewhat and looks like a little... Her mouth hangs slightly open and her eyes narrow just for a moment, kind of like trying to determine what that means, but then smooths all of that out and says,
I see.
That is a good trick. How do you do that?
Mm-hmm. It's in the book.
How do I do what?
Your face. I'm quite new to having one. And I have a hard time hiding perhaps the stress and feelings I'm experiencing.
Page 37.
There's like a sand hand that is holding up the book. Oh, it is right here.
With the...
Okay, well, I can cross-reference that. Taurus, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
With the positions you are putting yourself in, I do imagine that you are going to have quite a number of occasions to perfect the art of listening to people who annoy you without giving it away.
Yes, it was much easier when my body was permanently stuck in time.
Eventually, putting on that stone or bone face will be second nature, even without such supernatural gifts.
However, I have grand news. Your husband is simply waiting for you. We are going there now. And Isha points to the Arx. My companions have returned with... she kind of sneers. A necessity.
He's waiting there.
In a matter of speaking.
Kind of gets like a surprised quirk of the brow, but kind of considering that.
I do suppose that there's no risk of him getting entangled in anything at this point. It shall be.
I fear it's far too late for your family to consider themselves unentangleable.
Indeed.
I did rather mean in Martel's troubles.
Oh,
But
yes, that's very fair.
whatever our current situation may be, it will be. It would be good to see him again.
Allow us to reignite the flame. And I guess Isha will sort of lead the party over. Or I guess to... Well... she turns and she's like, how did all of you get down, actually?
There's a skiff of sorts that can ferry us to and from the Arx.
Oh, that's much more convenient than flying, I suppose.
I can lead the way.
We'll send a message to the Arx, or message spell to the Arx to Crystal to say to send the skiff as close as you can to the castle, I guess.
I can't believe you're usurping Scene's role immediately.
Listen, in the background, Curse has been checking on that core like every 2 minutes.
It's just been, it's automatic.
Yeah.
He's like, Crystal, it's me again.
Crystal don't care.
Skiff will be arriving shortly. Please wait for it to
Meanwhile-
come to a complete stop before trying to enter.
Crystal's talking to Scene, like, we gotta cut off his communication.
Yeah, we have to cut off his access.
He's jamming the comms.
So,
Listen, Curse has a very he's sad that the Arx isn't alive, but he still has a great reverence for him. And fascination.
I guess we're like boarding the skiff. You spoke to the simulacrum of what topics?
Oh, a great manner of things. Mostly Steros. Not about Steros. Steros is the one that talked to the simulacrum the most.
Oh. Well, did you discover anything?
I've learned that the gods are far more fallible than I initially understood.
The four are a classic tale of beings who believe that they are truly indestructible and infallible.
I also learned the great lengths they would go to protect themselves and their people.
As did you also learn of the great lengths that they would go to ensure that no one else can coexist?
I think we touched upon that. That was my particularly most interested topic, actually.
I was particularly disappointed that the simulacrum confirmed there were no talks of peace upon their arrival. He spoke of needing to act rather quickly and coming upon a world already in shambles.
Yes, it was a great tragedy.
And though they made the decisions they did, I also got the sense that they understood the weight of those decisions and did what they thought was necessary.
And yet they had another 10,000 years till the Seraph would arrive.
Personally, I'm with Isha on this one.
And now we are here cleaning up their mess. Though I do admit my part.
And what part is that exactly?
Allowing them entrance in the first place.
Indeed.
Their mess is not one they wished for us to clean up. In fact, Scala herself said she hoped to help us finish it.
Well, from what I understand, Scala is not doing very well.
I can imagine many of the gods locked away are not doing well.
And who locked them away?
We cannot change what has already been done, Turris.
Ironically, it was one of the four that locked most of them away.
If I had thought otherwise, Steris, I would also be blisteringly mad at Isha right now. What's done is done. But, still giving the full far too much leniency, I think.
I think context matters quite a lot. And we can honor the context that they exist in and the context we exist in now. I think if we give them an opportunity for change, well, it could be worthwhile.
I will consider this.
I'd like to be hopeful. I think it's possible. But I think I shan't hold my breath without a spell.
I think it's understandable for those not blessed by the four, not on the winning side of their conflict, so to speak, to have stronger convictions against them. But I can't deny the blessings I've experienced. And it feels disingenuous to act otherwise.
I find it interesting that you would find blessings where the four has clearly cursed you.
What curse do you speak of?
To be laid upon a ley line nexus by Denala herself, knowing that any who would come to this planet to harm it would go to places where the ley line energy is strongest. It seems interesting to me.
How do you know of the Nexus?
I know a great many things.
I think this is a hold up moment for tourists.
There are still some truths I'm trying to grapple myself. And it's hard to determine how much responsibility should fall to a single party when there's so many elements to consider.
There are many variables.
While DeLeon and probably also Turkan and Scene are sitting in the back of the car, kind of staring out the window, pretending they aren't hearing this awkward conversation. The skiff, I think, arrives at the Arx, slides into the hangar, and
Varys, how long has it been since I sent Trebert to do what he's doing?
I would say a good,
I'm trying to figure out how nervous Sarah should be.
at least a good hour, right?
Okay.
Maybe 2. It probably took a minute for everyone to gather in the castle, spread around town as they were.
Great. Then I'm chilling.
Well, Taurus, I think that. Where's the door exactly?
Oh, it's with Crystal.
With what?
Crystal. That's what we call the command crystal in the center of the Arx.
Surely, as a distinction, Crystal is. That doesn't make any sense.
It likes to be called Crystal.
Yes, I prefers it.
We're like walking over to the crystal.
Yeah. Up the stairs and around one corner.
What is your distinction?
The door slides open, and the crystal at the same time that you start speaking starts to say, like... starts to say, an intruder has been... Oh, they're with you.
No, I quite like the I word.
If you'd like, I can assign the designation intruder to your energy signature.
Happily.
Do it.
Very well.
Scene.
It will be so. I am the Arx Sustinium.
See, its name is not Crystal at all.
Well, we named it Crystal.
Yes, and it doesn't dislike it.
Mm-mm.
So therefore, its name is now Crystal.
It has been common to receive a designation that is shorter and faster to say in conversation. Crystal is the designation preferred by the current occupants. I have no complaints.
But like, what do you prefer?
We're gonna feed this generative AI emotions.
Yes, we are.
Wait, maybe there is a romance option for tourists after all.
Oh my gosh.
it is silly to linger on a preference. Whatever is easiest and most expedient for the current occupants, the current commanders of the Arx. That is the preference.
Crystal, it
Very
is.
woke of you.
How very woke of you. Anyway, the door's right behind you, Isha.
Isha sort of like motions Delion towards the door.
Ooh, this is my favorite pub.
She's been there before.
Oh, that's right.
He's so eager.
It's still his
Like,
favorite part.
welcome,
It's still
welcome
his
to
favorite
Jurassic Park.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Uh,
So you open the door. She'll walk through, and arrive at the tower. I don't know. I assume most of the group is going to the tower.
oh yes, I'm very eager to witness
Yeah.
this reunion.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You guys see Delion kind of half stumble on the other side of the door, kind of like shaking their head from the disorientation of the passing such a large expanse of space in a single step. You guys have started to get used to it. She has not. But she kind of steadies herself and looks around, kind of like shrugs a little bit in the colder climate. And she will look around and wait for you guys to lead. You will pretty quickly find Lord Oradine. I think he is actually you find that he is in cooking with Neria, actually. And helping with that. And whenever whoever you send to go find him, well, whenever he hears that Delion is there, you can like hear a clatter from the next room, from the kitchen. I'll be right back if you don't mind. And you'll hear Neria kind of saying like, "Yeah, go." And then he'll kind of stumble out, and still kind of like wearing an apron over like dusty travel clothes, kind of like straighten the cooking apron, and nod to Delion with the. After a moment, there's kind of like a brief pause and then a nod. It's like, "Lady, it has been a long time away." And she'll kind of nod back. She will step over and kind of like take one of his hands and kind of like look at it.
There's a lot to catch you up on, a lot to discuss.
And she will like give him a very quick kiss, and he will return. And he'll say,
Yes, I have been terribly worried. I heard that the manor is...
very little was explained to me, and he'll kind of like glare past at Turris a little bit.
I heard that the manor is in a bad state.
And DeLeon kind of like nods. It's like,
Right, there is more to discuss than I. A bad state is it? I'm afraid the manor is rather completely gone, and that is not the greatest of our concerns. Let's find a quiet place.
and they'll do so. They'll find their way, I think, eventually up to the up the stairs outside, that kind of like second landing, going to the outside of the second floor, and they will start to discuss there. If no one interrupts.
Oh, well, I don't really... Sorry. You're not going to actually have them, like, talk to each other, are you?
No, I'm not gonna... No, correct.
Okay. No, I, as they're leaving, Isha, sort of stiffly bows. When you have come to the end of your discussion, find me again.
Of course, we'll be quick to get to work, I am sure.
Take your time. We also have things to discuss.
Very well.
And they'll make their way out.
Do we have things to discuss? Oh, yes, we do. Isha pulls out a map of the region. She points out these, like, circles.
Mm-hmm.
When these moonflowers were dropping, these were the areas that were being bombarded the most. As far as I'm aware, they're mostly uninhabited regions, but there are a number of villages being threatened here. I wasn't really able to leave the city while things were happening, so I don't have any more information on the creature inside of the swamp next to the manor, but...
Well, we have a plan on potentially defeating it.
Oh, fascinating.
Quite obviously, it relies on the Arx, and it's far more dangerous than I'd care for. But we must do what we must do.
Indeed. Okay, well, if that is all, I have some things I need to check upon. Or you can follow me around. That's also fine.
Oh, there is one last thing. Are you aware of the Veil Spire?
It is a treacherous place, yes?
Well, apparently it is still active again. Or it is still active.
It is, it would be more unfortunate if it weren't.
Indeed. I mean to contact them soon to enlist their aid in this war.
If you give me some time, I think I can, make your asking more official.
Very well.
Should we introduce you to our new recruits?
We totally ignored the ones on the
Isha's like
Arx.
walking towards the workshop.
Mm-hmm. She doesn't stop. Oh, okay.
Do I need to?
I figured you'd want the information about who all is at our disposal in the war.
Well, I guess if you believe them to be surprisingly notable, you could tell me about them.
I guess, considering I don't know where exactly he is in the tower. Most notable is Ander. He was one that I set my sights upon to kill. Turns out he's a pretty okay guy and wants to help our cause.
I'm sure he'll be very valuable. Luca.
Ooh, about that. Wait, no, Luca did come back, didn't he?
Yeah. He
Oh
kind
yeah,
of
he's in the tower.
peeks his head out from around a shelf. There's a collection of some borrowed tools from the Arx hangar, splayed out at the table, and some mess of very shiny metal also on the table. On, like the workbench being pulled apart. He says, Isha, it is good to see you again. To see we have returned, which is a strange thing to say when you yourself have not moved very much.
It is peculiar to move and to not move at the same time.
Yeah. Anyway, how can I help?
We've been working on a project.
Yes, it is largely complete. And he looks kind of confused, like past you at the rest of the group. Have you not yet seen the fruits of that labor?
I've not been made aware, no.
He swallows heavily. Were any specific instructions given to Trebert of what to tell Luca?
I specifically told Trebert to tell Luca that he was picking up the colors on behalf of Isha.
Oh, so I don't know. That's why I'm confused. I don't know anybody.
And no one knows about that except Steris, and Steris is conveniently slinked away to try to intercept Trebert.
Should have been picked up and delivered to you, but it was quite recent, so I suppose you could have missed each other. Did you not
It's been
send
a busy morning.
the Wolfman, Trebert? He picked them up on your behalf.
Oh, I seem to recall that I did in fact do that.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I have forgotten.
A little concerned that I had messed up. Very well.
And congrats. You have, I assume that you have explored the Arx.
Bit the very impressive technology on the Arx. I haven't seen the likes of it. I have. Some of it is familiar to things that I've seen in books out of Eden. But so far, very beyond me. I'm still wrapping my head around a lot of it. Very impressive.
You'll be forever exalted in the Golden Halls for your duty.
He looks flustered, like blushes a little bit. It's like, rubs his nose. I'm just happy that I can learn in a way that is useful to everyone. It's exciting to have so much to dive into all the time.
Well, you played your role perfectly. If it weren't for you, we would have had a great deal more trouble securing the Arx.
Yes, to be honest, I'm riding rather high. It feels like 2 successes in short order with seeing working out that machine and using it to help get into the Arx. So, very, very rewarding. Happy that I've been of use.
We are going to have to start repairing that other hangar.
The golems were starting to clear it out. This is actually from that other hangar. I decided to start digging in a little bit. I believe there was another skiff in there, and it is in really, really awful shape. But hopefully I can learn from it and figure out how these things work a little bit, and that'll help me work on the other one.
Very good. The Ordines are going to help expand our reach in terms of what's the phrase? Resources and mercantile needs. And one of those things is we could use their resources to perhaps recruit some more engineers if you need them.
That would be great. I don't know what I need in assistance, other engineers at the moment, but that would be wonderful. It's been very, very pleasant getting to know Lord Ordine. He's very sharp, surprisingly funny. And it does sound like he has a lot of connections and money.
Precisely.
Okay, well, it was a pleasure seeing you again, Luca. I look forward to a bounteous relationship in the future.
Likewise. I'll keep up the work.
Steris has booked it back through the door to hopefully get enough distance from Isha so she could use her sight to find her bear.
That is actually possible right now with Isha through the door.
God. Thank God. That's what I was banking on.
He is at the outskirts of the city and was walking one direction. And as you are watching, takes a sharp turn, like more than 90-degree turn, and starts heading toward the lake.
Great.
As you are watching.
Yeah, Steris will keep her sight up until she actually lays eyes on him physically.
Back at the tower. Where did Steris go? Also, doesn't it seem like she's trying to hide something?
No, I left Turris alone with you, and he's gonna snitch.
Oh yeah, yes. I don't know why she's being so coy about it. I mean, okay, well, I can understand why she's being so coy about it, but you're going to find out one way or another. We have her sister.
Oh. Do you now?
Yes, I thought it would be prudent for her to tell you rather than me, but seeing as she's not seemingly planning on it anytime soon, she is currently in some sort of stasis on the Arx. She was masquerading as the leader of the Oradines who contracted out Ember. Wait, no, not Ember and Ash. Is it Ember and Ash?
Can you take me to the Arx and show me to the stasis chambers?
I would feel more comfortable doing that with Steris present.
I promise to do nothing. She's trapped in time. I can't actually damage her.
Does that be fine enough then?
To keep up the parallel scene, Steris, you quickly see that he is approaching the lakeside, and then he's just gonna stop at the edge of the lake.
Great. She'll approach him.
I
and
presume
say
on
that-
the skiff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Stairs came down on the skiff.
Okay,
She
okay.
bolted through the door, came down on the skiff, opens the door, sees him standing by the lake. Like, of course, Isha discovered the collars were missing immediately. I assume that's why you turned right around.
One guy will fight you. He will at least spar with you. Trevor kind of like does a double take when he sees you and is like,
Yes. She has already found that they are missing.
Well, I guess I shouldn't have expected to have more time to coordinate. Hand them over.
he kind of like shrugs off a bag that he's got slung over his shoulder. Just like a simple canvas bag. The bag kind of like clatters and jingles a little bit. And he hands that to you.
Thank you, Trevor. You are forgiven.
He starts taking a breath to like say something, and just it like catches when you say that second part.
And I won't make you face her alone. Get on.
You're not afraid that she'll try to take those back immediately? Figured you'd want to hide them somewhere.
You know, I thought I'd have more time to hide them. Frankly, I'm hoping my words will be enough.
I'll have more time if you let her scold me first.
Admittedly, Trevor, I haven't figured out where the hell to hide them. If I hide them in the tower, tourists will surely sense them. It's not like I have somewhere else. Perhaps No, that's too risky.
Fair concern.
Any ideas?
He kind of like squints and he thinks a little bit. Like,
I am afraid that anything I suggest will get discovered. Well, there is this lake house up by the river. It's a boathouse.
I'm familiar.
Ah. I'm afraid that's all I've got around here.
and he'll start climbing in the open side panels of the skiff, getting into a seat.
My own hubris. Didn't think too far ahead about where the fuck to hide them.
In front of the stasis chamber.
We will jump back in front of the stasis chamber, in fact. So Turris leads you. I mean, sounds like Turris is leading you to the stasis chamber. Is that correct?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. So you come back through the door, and then just simply almost directly across the hallway from the crystal chamber, you see that kind of bare. Actually, a relatively small room. There are two decently sized cells enough for like several people to be seated inside, and you can see through this kind of like blue. It almost looks flat in there, like you are. It's like you're seeing the light that is frozen on the side of the stasis chamber and nothing else, so there's like almost no depth to it. But through that blue haze of that glass like material, you can see a steno standing there. I don't know if you yourself have seen Scry, but
No, we're both looking at Scry and Isha. You know, one of the interesting things about these chambers is that you can't really stop time from passing.
No.
These chambers slow it to such a crawl that it drives the person inside mad.
I was told this was not a permanent solution.
Do you think that this is enough to count as meeting someone?
Meeting someone? Oh goodness.
And I'll cast a sending on her.
oh, that's interesting.
Hello, Scry. I am Isha. I'm going to invite you to something. Do not decline.
I think you can tell that the spell has targeted someone. I do not think you actually get words back.
She has the same corruption as Uro on her.
Yes, a means of returning to the mortal plane were unseemly, to say the least. And we did learn a bit more about Uro and his organization.
Oh, did we now?
Yes, they seem to be a bit of a what's a good word to use? And kind of thinks for a moment, putting his hand on his chin.
Yeah, Isha is like sitting down, still maintaining this conversation.
He says, well, the short and simple of it is they worship, they work for the Rot Mother. And she deigns Oro's group to simply send out this the Seraphus as a cat and mouse game. They don't work for him, but they don't work against him either.
Interesting. They are all wild animals, as it were.
Yes.
A feeling I know very well.
Well, perhaps you can show pity on Scry then. He did show remorse for her lack of vision before we put her into stasis.
There's nothing but pity for a creature like this.
Curse will roll his eyes slightly.
It's out of my means, though. But perhaps I can think of something.
Well, whatever you think of,
And as Isha's finishing up casting the spell, it is the dream message is simply, "I hope your sister chooses well."
Okay. I do not think she can respond. Dream message appears to be one way.
Yes. I don't have dream counsel. So.
Yes, right. That is much. Mom, that's in a bit. That's in a while. Again, you do know you have that confirmation that usually dream message doesn't send you a. Usually you have to wait. Usually you wait until the target falls asleep, and then when they dream and they get your message, then you know that it is sent. And then it is... You pretty much immediately get that confirmation that the spell has ended and sent.
Fascinating. She's still there. Taurus.
That does seem to be confirming what you already told me, is it not? Or is there something more?
The spell usually requires the target to be asleep. However, it seems that she's still conscious in a way.
She isn't listening to us right now, is she?
She can't sense, if that makes sense. She cannot perceive.
Good for her, I suppose.
This is not so bad. Could be worse. She could just be tied up, gagged.
Well, from my understanding, you didn't make her bed as much as dear Martel did. Just anything you, any ideas you're getting, make sure to discuss them upstairs first, yes?
Oh. This? It is important to involve you as well, I think.
Well, I'm happy to help any way I can, but suppose I could do some research.
You don't need to do any research. You simply need to be yourself. Your disdain for the Four is plenty enough. And I guess, like, we're talking, and Trubert and Steris are sort of, like, walking in.
You hear, in your heads, you hear, skiff is arriving. From the crystal.
However, do you think you could do better than them? Taurus.
And the Four? He looks a little like taken aback by the question. He takes a moment. What about him?
Do you think you can do better than him?
Well, I can't say that I wield anywhere near his power, any of their power for that matter. But, I don't seek to do better than them anyhow. I merely seek to do right by the people of this realm, and perhaps, act as an intermediary with less hubris than them.
You believe that the Four have a place on this world?
That I'm unsure of until we get to the end of the story. I'm sure that they owe this world a great deal of a debt, and I'm hopeful that those collars might be useful in keeping them in check if they should stay on this realm.
Interesting.
Couldn't imagine acting as a god, but I can imagine trying to keep gods in check, considering the circumstances. I think that there's a natural order
So you would
to the world
act.
that should be
You'd
maintained.
As
Sorry. Go ahead.
So you would act as a god of gods, sounds to me.
He like reels a bit And he's like, that is far too presumptuous.
Well, how do you intend to keep them in control?
Well, I can't lie to you. I can't imagine I've gotten that far. But at the very least, if the people of this realm were rallied under our banner, people beyond the borders of these nations, and we would have some measure of control over what they can do. That is what I seek to establish with this coalition. A way to stop the Seraph and a way to protect the people.
You speak of this like you don't understand the consequences of what will occur.
Do you seek to let the Fool just roam free after all of this?
That's, you're deflecting.
Jeez. Perfect timing for my dog, right on cue.
The consequences that you do not foresee is that you will inevitably become a god. You name this coalition after yourself. The people will believe in the coalition, and that will lead the ley line energy to you. And in that way, you will become a god. You cannot act like you won't become one just because you say so.
That is simply not my intention.
This is not your intention, as I have learned. That really matters.
Suppose that is good food for thought.
Would Steris and Trabert have gotten out of the skiff immediately to go find people, or what does that look like?
Steris once more activates her vengeful sight to figure out where the heck they are.
They are...
Now that she has forgiven Trabert, he's no longer blocking her scope.
Indeed. They are in the stasis chamber, in the brig.
She lets out like a groan and then she'll curse his name under her breath. As soon as I leave his side. He has no sense for timing, Trabert. Meddlesome.
His instincts in some situations do seem... sometimes they are surprisingly sharp. And other times... Perhaps you should lead the way.
And lead the way I shall. Steris has opted to simply put the colors in her bag of holding.
Not a bad spot. Not a bad hiding spot.
I thought maybe I could fit them inside my librarian stuff. I can't. It's a tiny space. Oh, bag of holding it is. And she'll approach and say, I see you went ahead and did the introductions without me.
The door slides open behind you guys as you were saying those last couple of sentences.
No introduction needed. She's quite notorious.
For the record, I did intend to tell you about her.
Oh, I don't care that you didn't tell me. This seems like quite a mess you're in.
I have to agree. I'm working on solutions. I don't intend to keep her in that for much longer.
Oh, Trabert.
He has stopped just inside the door and is like staring at the cell. And when you say that, he kind of like breaks from that and looks at you. The surprise kind of masking the surprise that was plainly on his face a moment ago.
Yeah, Isha's not like looking. She's still looking at Scry.
Yeah.
Where are the collars?
His eyes shift. I actually think he tries not to do that. He says, yeah, I've delivered them to one of your compatriots who requested their fetching.
I see. And she'll turn around. And what say you, Steris?
I'll tell you they're safely in my possession.
What?
Ugh, this is so annoying.
Why did you take them?
I took them because I think Isha's overeager to use them where it may not be necessary. And knowing all of your disdain for the Four, I thought I'd be the only one. It'd be appropriate to make that decision.
I think you yourself have said that you are far too indebted to them.
I think the things I venerate of the Four are much less than the things you disdain of them. If we're speaking in terms of balance here.
Only you are speaking in terms of balance.
I also think you're overeager to use them.
Ironic.
You think shackling their power is an overzealous measure?
I think we should try other measures first. These are still an option, but they should be a last resort.
A resort nonetheless.
And one we can consider in due time.
Next to Isha and then to Steris. I want you to know and understand that I don't have a disdain for them. I have a disdain for their actions and how they have treated this realm. So to the people here, can you imagine if everyone was granted the site that you use? How many of them would be focused on the Four? Their acts of vengeance? The lengths they would go to exact the revenge that you seek?
Have I not demonstrated a distancing of such ambitions?
You have, and I'm quite elated by it, and hopeful. But I simply am worried, still, that you have a certain reverence to them that will, if the time comes, you may falter when we could use the collars the most.
Then I ask that you'll trust me to make the right decision if it comes to that.
I have a great much trust in you, and Isha for that matter, and a great many things. But as you have taught me yourself, I must act in my own faith and critical thinking, and be wary of certain actions which might harm the whole. You taught me that all too well. If you don't trust Isha, that's fine. But allow me to take care of the collars, and I will keep them safe somewhere that no one else can touch them. I am not eager to use them. I am eager for a resolution.
I'm eager for collaboration. Isha, you developed this plan, but we are hardly a part of it. What I'm seeking is for us to work together.
But I fear that you don't understand everything.
I'm hoping this act will bridge that gap, show you what we're capable of, so you'll tell us. We want to understand.
Did you ever consider that perhaps in this plan that at some point the Seraph might have gotten a hold of the collars?
I intended to keep them safe.
On your person?
Does the staff not have access to this technology in the first place?
The collars that I've been developing with Luca are a little different. But they do effectively work the same.
I had intended to secure them. You uncovered my actions much quicker than I anticipated.
I have Martel to thank for that.
What I'm trying to say is, I know what it's like to be blinded by vengeance, blinded by the grief and hurt of those that wronged me, and it shaping my decision-making.
You see, Saras, I'm going to cut you off, because I think that you think that I am still a child. I have lived with this for longer than you can possibly imagine. I do not feel anger. I have no desire for revenge. The heated feelings I have felt are long gone. I accept that the things the Four had to do were necessary for them. And I accept that the casualties were mine to accept. You all wish to show the Four that you can do better. None of you will say it, but that is what you want to prove. Now, zoom out just a little bit. Revenge will get this planet nowhere. It will lead it exactly to the place it has been this whole time. And you may call my feelings revenge if you would like, Steris. But the truth is, I have no such feelings.
I'm not certain you have feelings of any kind.
Then how can I have feelings of revenge? How can I seek vengeance if I have no feelings?
It feels like an echo. Something you can't quite escape. Something that stayed with you all this time. Whether you feel it or not, I believe it's there. Perhaps it's been with you long enough you're unaware of it. An itch you've never been able to scratch. One you just grow used to, but it's still there, ever present.
Perhaps. Perhaps not. But I guess congrats for annoying me.
Proof you can feel something, I guess.
Yes, but annoyance isn't something you should want me to feel. Especially when I'm the one who holds the key to save your sister.
What did you do?
I have done nothing. I have given up a portion of myself. You may have stopped me using the collars. But maybe that is something that doesn't need to be done. As you have said, perhaps there is another way.
And I intend to find it.
Do you have a plan to deal with a goddess who's gone mad because she decided to meddle with the infinite corridor? She decided to walk backwards.
Hard for me to develop much of a plan when I don't have all the information. Information you've conveniently been sitting on and keeping to yourself.
Well, there's information there. What is your plan to deal with a goddess who is insane?
Are you saying that the simulacrum was a more stable version of her?
There are components of her that are missing, but I'm not sure if they are all simulacrums or not.
In that case, I have even less faith for her to keep her word. And she rejoins the majority.
You spoke to the simulacrum, who was just a tiny portion of the goddess of time, of the Lady of Stars.
Yes, I was well aware of that. I had worried that majority of her would have different thoughts than whatever the simulacrum would end up feeling towards us. And
Perhaps
the,
we can find a cleric of hers. They still exist. And you can hear her screaming and crying.
Perhaps we can return her mind to her, much like we're attempting to do with Ishtal.
And where is her mind?
Well, certainly somewhere.
I don't know where it is.
Perhaps it wasn't for the best that we let the simulacrum return.
We hardly had any control in keeping her.
Yes, you're right about that too. I simply find it regrettable if she is just simply returning to madness is all.
Again, with the information of Scala not really being who you spoke to, do you have a plan to deal with her? I do intend to unseal her. And maybe this part is my revenge, and I will show to her that I didn't need the power of the Four to save this world.
There is some hubris involved in that, but I still can't help but appreciate the sentiment in a way. Especially after their actions.
You want to know something, Taurus?
What's that?
I do actually carry a portion of Scala's power within me.
I can't say that surprises me.
It is the portion that the creatures from the time dimension bestowed upon me when she walked backwards and granted me the vision.
What does that mean exactly?
I never would have allowed her in if I did not believe that I needed the power of the Four to save the planet. She showed me a vision of something I could not imagine. The very vision that set me upon this journey. It took a lot of watching.
Maybe you remember around this time, it's just like an overlay of the simulacrum talking about sending a spell back in time to hide the world before they would come to it, before they would need to flee here.
Those sons of...
And with that curse, I gotta head out.
Later, Bill.
Catch you later.
See you guys
Bye,
later.
Bill.
So, do you have a plan to deal with a goddess who can walk backwards through time?
I do not.
Then the collar is our only option.
If a mental state is compromised, we would be willing to do much more with abilities than the simulacrum would have shown a measure of restraint.
He fabricated that vision to ensure you'd let her in.
It is perhaps not a fabrication. She simply planted it in me. She knew that the Seraph would come, just not when. So while she was waiting hundreds of years for me, I waited 10,000. And when I emerged, she was sealed.
What is Isha's facial expression like right now?
She is. It's stern and a little cold, I would say. It's very not neutral, but certainly cold.
Right. Do we know where Isha waited those 10,000 years?
How's her neck feeling?
Oh no!
Better now. She's got a new neck.
Yeah, whole brand new neck. Is it the genie scene that has like
Dude,
put the number 10,000 years in my head for this entire setting?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep,
Hoi!
that's the one. 10,000 years is such a crick in the neck.
I guess it doesn't matter, truly.
I don't know the answer for the record. I don't know if Isha has shared or if you guys have discovered where Isha was hanging out during those 10,000 years. I have no idea.
Okay. Steris will kind of hold Isha's gaze for some time, taking in her expression, and then let out quite the defeated sigh and break her gaze. And she'll say, it appears that once more I'm not seeing things in as broad of perspectives as I should. I'm so angry about everything I've learned, everything that's happening. I didn't ask for any of this. I keep trying to claw at some semblance of control, and I can never seem to grasp it.
Okay, so I will ask you both this question once more. Do you think you could do better than them?
When it comes down to it, personally, I don't know. But I do know that I have the capability and the power to, at the very least, free the old guards after this is all over.
I know I can do better.
Taurus.
Yes, Isha.
Let me know when you make a decision about whether or not you feel like you can do better.
He'll kind of throw up his hands and say, fine, yes, I think I can do better.
Great.
I don't want any sort of godhood, but I can do better.
Again, you see that you don't understand that the consequences of your plan will land you there regardless.
Well, if it does, then at least I can be confident that I can do this realm more justice than the Four did.
What if that meant leaving this realm?
Don't quite know how I would do that, but
as far as I understand, the towers that are here were not, they weren't constructed here. They are from another place.
the Four's original domain.
Or perhaps the planet Iusip is from? Or perhaps some other dimension that the vision had me and my siblings block off. There's not much to know on that subject specifically.
Well, I suppose if the best thing I can do to protect this realm is to not be here, then I suppose by the end of it, I would be fine with that.
Isha sort of like she reaches into her pocket, her pouch. She pulls out like a little butter, like a cocoon.
Butter.
I don't have yours here. I've not really been able to commune with Arcanus. However, and she sort of glides over to Steris. Within this is the capability to save your sister. There is a stain on her soul. Aberrations gnaw at the edge of our reality. However, their creation is much more complicated. It is a corrupted soul that becomes an aberration. The same with all fiends and angels, celestials of all kinds. It all begins with a soul.
Okay.
You must find out how to change it.
Her soul.
Yes. Within, it's not like glowing super brightly, but it is like glowing with like the blue ley line energy. Within this I guess grim trophy, I suppose, lies claims to 2 domains. One from Denala and one from me. You don't have to forgive me, and you don't have to give me the collars. However, if you want, I can grant you this power. I can let you have it. However, you must accept the legacy of the 4 and redeem it.
And what of your domain?
The domain that I have invested is change.
Fitting.
I do not require it anymore. Before, I was a goddess of transitions. I moved the sky. I did not need to be a part of it.
And now?
I am the sky. So do you both accept? It It is perfect that you are both here. The two scions of the four, who are at least the ones worth talking to. Those who wished for redemption and reached so hard and so far that they betrayed their own kind.
Have I heard about Arcanus betraying the other four?
Do a history check. You do a lot of reading. For you in you do a religion check instead if you would like. The stage of training required for this information is going to be lower for you than it would be for a normal person for reasons of the library and your general connections to Arcanus. What's the fucking word? As indirect as those connections may be.
They have all done something to aggress us. The Great Sphinxes. However, I am willing to look past that. All I wish is for this realm to be free of oppressors, and for the people of the realm to have their own say once more.
Standing around that 20. I'm
down to re-roll that.
If you'd like, you can re-roll it with Mythic Proficiency then.
I shall.
All right. Expert Master Legend. Oh,
Are you
shit.
kidding?
Oh, shit.
Holy!
Well.
Oof.
Expert Master. Legendary.
That's incredible. Excellent. Somebody ripped the pages out of the book that I read for that particular piece of information.
It's funny. The bonus you get from it being mythic is technically does bring that to a 22. So it's technically higher.
Wow.
Incredible.
However, it downgrades it, which is unfortunate.
Correct. Yeah, there's like some stories and rumors about Arcanus being fond of the mortals and perhaps planting some of the seeds of knowledge that like led to Denala initially pulling the flying cities out of the sky ages and ages ago. You don't know any specifics beyond those like confused rumors, essentially. You know, folk tales. So you know those folk tales. You don't know any truths here.
I'll simply ask Isha. What did Arcanus do to betray his own people? Did he really do?
He revealed the secrets of the flying cities to Denala. Those aren't just folktales.
May I babble a little? May I correct a little?
Oh.
No.
Very well.
I want the
Well,
babbling.
that part just is the teaching. Like, the origin story of the flying cities is that they were made in cooperation between Denala and Arcanus.
Yeah, I've
And
talked to
the
Denala.
mortals.
There's simply no way.
Definitely doesn't know how to use a computer. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. All I'm saying, she doesn't know what Alt Control Delete does. She doesn't know the difference between right click and left click. She barely can like copy paste with Control C, Control V.
Anyway.
Go ahead.
Steris is looking at this cocoon that's being presented to her, taking in what Isha is saying, and she kind of turns her gaze back up to meet Isha's. You're like way taller than me, I think.
Yeah, and I'm right up on you.
Yeah, you sure are.
I'm as close as I can get without being inside of you.
Ooh, great.
And there's like a faint like clock, like light silhouette on her eyeballs as well.
Ooh, great.
Careful.
Seems-
You're gonna make Luca want to stare into those eyes.
Dang.
Because he likes.
Neria's gonna be jealous.
He likes clocks and chairs and,
Whenever it comes to you, it seems I'm never permitted to approach things in my own time. So let me tie up some loose ends before we proceed. I see now in my time away that though at the time my anger about you bringing Trebert back was fully valid, having experienced what I did in facing Ander and seeing him as a person instead of a representation of my grief and rage, I am grateful you brought Trebert back. That way I had a chance to make right. Something I'm coping with not being able to do in regards to Leo. And she'll reach into her bag of holding and procure the collars. You always have a way of making me feel like a child. And perhaps in this instance, I'm grateful for that as well. And she'll hand them to you.
There's like a sand like hand that like grabs them.
I still have quite a distaste towards this plan. But I shouldn't let my feelings influence the betterment of the world.
There is any chance.
Go ahead, Taurus.
If there is any chance to save a mad god, I feel as though it might have to start with this.
My understanding is these collars in their base form would kill anyone who wears them.
Is that your understanding?
In my anger and haste, am embarrassingly unaware of how Luca modified them.
The collars are meant to deter people from casting spells. I had them modified to specifically prevent divine magic from being cast.
Curse nods. That was my understanding of it.
Taurus is like the older sibling talking over mom's shoulder as I'm being scolded.
He likes crafting stuff.
Bro. Anyway.
There are a number of ways that they can be modified again. The 4 have a mineral that actually repulses ley energy. Clerics of this world are granted their spells through this effusion. You saw it when the Seraph abandoned Martel. I may be an animal. However, animals don't kill without purpose, and we enslave with... well, we don't, really, so...
And you say this will help me save them.
That power is up to you.
But this is
the beginning. It is the beginning of you having control over something.
She'll gaze at it again, hearing you say that, and she says, I accept.
There's like a rune on the front, and in your mind, Steris, you feel like the word bound, like contract. Okay.
Contract. Do I just hear something? Do I feel anything?
Not really. Not yet. It's just you get the sense that you are bound by obligation.
Oh. Great. Feeling that
when this is done, you will lead those who choose to leave this planet. I will give you something that will redeem Ayusip's world. They do not have a son. I will grant them one.
I understand.
And with this, you will redeem their legacy. And she looks at Turris.
Before you turn away, Steris has a wash of emotion come over her for a moment, and she will embrace you, seeing as you're standing so close. And as she kind of pulls you into this hug, choking back a few.
Isha is surprisingly warm.
And how comforting. And she'll say kind of softly, intending only for Isha to hear, that she forgives you.
No.
Congrats, kid. You played yourself.
No.
He says no, bitch.
Nice. More of a piece of shit.
This is an absolute win. I love this.
And she'll release you and kind of step back, trying to compose herself.
It is possible, Turris, that when we come to Arcanus, that he will simply give up his title.
Turris will shrug. Oh, titles or not, power or not, I know what I need to do. In fact, my mind hasn't changed about a thing.
I want you to all understand that the things I will do will look like I'm endangering this world. However, this world can defend itself. We do not need gods from other worlds to protect us.
That is exactly what I've been seeking to do the entire time. And though my origins are a little hazy, though my stone is from another world, I was created here. I wish to see its shackles thrown off. And as we go forward, I will still be. I will trust you. Trust you both. If I am witness to anything that I feel is unsafe, I will question it.
You can feel free to question it, I suppose. The path I walk prevents me from doing things that will hinder my destiny.
Just what is your destiny?
My destiny is to free this world. And hopefully not die along the way.
Hopefully. All I ask is if there are these times of apprehension, you're open to several different ways of thinking. Other options and alternatives.
I think you'll find that I'm quite flexible.
Oh yes, I have a book on that too.
And Crystal's fighting for his life right now.
Serious message seems like, what is going on? Seem to stress about
What do
other
they say,
things.
if anything at all?
What is it?
Konnor,
No.
please.
I was like, am I understanding this right? But I'm gonna pass
You're
it
not
off
talking
as,
about ice raining down?
Hale is in there trying
No,
to
no, that
contact
was
you.
more of a joke.
Yes. I can
I was
totally
also,
understand Scene interpreting it that way, which is hilarious.
Oh, hell. I see. Okay.
It was also like, is
I likely
hailing-
spelt it wrong.
No, I think that.
I
that's
don't-
just
I
one
I'm
way
don't-
of
pretty
spelling it.
sure that's actually correct.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, there's
I
just
think
the
you
ice
spelled
is
it
spelled
totally
the other
fine.
way.
Well, there's
Oh, wait,
there's
yeah, you're right.
this, which is a different word. It's like a adjective.
Yeah, I was just like, also, because I feel like in the way that I've heard the term like hailing, in the way that I think you're using it, is more so like waving or like,
They're trying to get your attention because they have a message.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm using some Star Trek speak.
It's Star Trek.
Yeah, so I just was like, does hailing tend to come with a specific message, or is it just that they're like trying to get?
They're trying to. They're like,
ringing the
open
phone."
open up the fucking group chat.
Yeah, exactly. You've gotten a
Yeah.
message
They're blowing us
request, DM
up.
request.
A DM request. Crystal's
For all
getting
the
a bunch of
Zoomers
DM
out
requests.
there, now you understand. It's not that you got the message; you got the request for the message.
Correct.
Bro.
kids these days not watching Star Trek.
I watched it a bit when I was a kid, but I haven't watched
Brother.
it enough.
What's the message?
They're not giving the message to the crit. They want to talk to you guys. They want to talk to who's in charge.
Oh.
Well,
They're
we
waiting
don't
on the
know.
line.
He's not interrupting us, so it's fine. Well, let's just keep
Correct.
going until Scene feels like interrupting us.
Scene's gonna hop on a call with them, and it's just gonna be like when a kid is on FaceTime, just like the like low angle of the face, and it's just like his eyeball.
Okay, he's on FaceTime. He's on his phone.
No. And then the Veilspire people are gonna be like, the aberrations are in control of the Arx.
The aberrations is picking the Arx. Oh,
Would you guys like to finish up your scene in the brig?
I'm pretty good where I'm at.
All right.
I think Terse has shared his feelings on the matter of he's going to trust but not trust implicitly.
In that case, Scene, what do you do as you are?
He answers the phone.
Yeah, he's
way
on
too close.
FaceTime.
So you
It's
go to
way
the
Yeah, it's like right next to his chin.
so you go to the
Got
crystal.
games on your phone.
You go to the crystal room to receive this call.
Yeah. He would go to the crystal and just be like, do I like have to stand anywhere specifically? Like, can they see me? Is this how does this work?
No, you do not have to stand anywhere specifically. They will be able to see you as long as you are in this room.
Scene will give a thumbs up and then proceed to adjust his sunglasses.
All this stuff is happening in another room. Scene is on a phone call.
So yeah, anyways, like I was saying, Brenda, they were totally yapping all night.
So you see a face appear, kind of a face is a strong word. You see an upper torso appear of a metallic figure that at first reminds you of
Ooh.
some of the other constructs that you've seen created by the Four, such as Envoy. Only this one, you realize pretty quickly, the faceplate, instead of being solid metal, is more like glass. And this whole hologram that appears in front of you, kind of opposite you in the room, is like a little bit bluer. It's like not in, perhaps it's all tinted a little bit blue, as projected by the crystal. Even though you can still kind of see that this individual is made of brass. You can still see those colors. They're just like tinted that direction. This particular one has 4 arms. And like I said, kind of that faceplate, instead of being that shiny brass, is more like a much brighter blue glass. And you hear, kind of reverberating from the crystal. Mostly the crystal speaks in your head, but in this case, it is like, kind of shaking it's making sound. It's emitting sound, to play this voice for you. And you hear this voice saying, "This is Acolyte Ruhaira. Who is in charge of the Veilspire right now? The Veilspire should not be operational without the Four, and we understand that the Four are currently sealed away. So what is the meaning of this?"
It's me. And he'll give finger guns to the construct.
They slowly tilt that faceplate, and then they kind of like turn their.
I promise, I'm not evil. I'm not one of the. And then he'll start to like mime, how he interprets the, ritualics.
So she, after you said the first thing, she started to like she turned her torso like halfway around to look behind her. And you can see in the distance there are these like very dim outlines of 3 other figures kind of behind Ruhaira. You get the sense that Ruhaira is not alone in whatever room she is in. And she kind of like turns back around to you, placing the 2 kind of like bottom arms on this table in front of her that you can start to see the outline of once she makes contact with it. And the upper arms kind of like cross. And she says, you appear to be an aberration yourself. You claim not to be of the Seraph's flock. I do find that believable. I do not believe that the Veilspire, the Arx Sustinium would respond to the command of an aberration.
Well, do you know, so, my bad, I was about to give you my name, but, do you know Auction?
There's another kind of like a very clockworky, kind of jerky, like tilt of her head off to one side.
Scene will start to mime what he thinks Auction looks like.
We are aware of Auction, yes. We have had contact with him in the past. We have fought...
For lack of better words, that guy's pretty much my dad. I mean, honestly, there's probably better words I could have said than that. Not a lack of, just more lack of my knowledge of the better words. Yeah.
W-comms?
That's why I can... Wait, what'd you say?
I said W-comms. Sorry.
And
you're
it
good.
is under Auction's direction that you have come under control of the Arx Sustinium.
Kinda. I don't think that this thing moving would be possible without my having been granted, and then granting all my friends, access to the Arx.
She turns back again to the other 3 figures in the back.
We will deliberate and make contact once we are finished.
And the image of her just disappears.
Wait, is everything okay? As it cuts off. Scene will look to the crystal and be like, "How do you think that went?"
The required information was relayed, and they will make the appropriate choices thereof. I believe that went well.
Scene will nod. Thank you. And then go find people to relay the conversation to.
Right. And perhaps that is where we will pick it up next week.
Oh God.
Incredible.
Oh.
I don't know why I'm surprised when these NPCs get stun locked, but
Scene is particularly good at stunning them.
it's true.
I'm sorry, and you're welcome.
It's great.
didn't
I'm
take,
not bothered.
Like, any notes for the last hour and a half, bro.
My notes are a lot of shit happened.
Dude, I literally
boy.
wrote so much happened.
Excellent. I need to take and retake some notes, I think.
Bro, we're gonna have a watch party. We're gonna rewatch the VOD together.
I'm gonna be like, what the fuck am I saying?
Oh, every time I watch it, I'm like, what the fuck am I saying? But, like, that sounded way cooler in my head.
I mean, I get that a lot. I feel that a lot.
That's why I play characters that don't sound cool. Because then I just am never upset without.
Go ahead.
Oh, you go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
It sounds. It sounded perfectly cool to me. It always sounds cooler to the people outside of your head. It is only when you're in your own head, hearing yourself say them out loud, that it's like.
You're so smart.
I really gotta pee. I'll
To be fair,
okay.
Every time I listen to like you guys doing a scene or anything together, I'm always like, oh, this like I feel like I'm listening to like a big actual play that like people listen to. So
Stop. That's so sweet.
That is incredibly sweet. I get that though. There was good drama there, so I feel the same. Yeah. Whenever I'm like, I get that feeling a lot when I'm like mid sentence as an NPC, and I'm like, no, it's gonna be cooler if I don't listen to that voice in my head, and I just like commit to it. Like at least I'll sell it, even if it doesn't sound as cool as it did in my head. Like, it'll always be better if I commit to it.
Yes, it's always better if you commit. It's way more awkward if you like realize you're fumbling and then admit you're fumbling mid-sentence.
Sometimes you just got to do a retake, though.
Yeah,
that's true.
They're like,
true.
line!
There is that. I got partway through like switching back and forth between Martel voice and Sarah voice, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm doing this very well.
Crazy that Martel was just had his eyeballs again. That was weird.
Bro. He got his eyeballs back.
Gods
the
are
Seraph
weird,
was
man.
like, I don't need these.
I had no clue what to do with that, and I was like, oh, I guess those are just back now, I suppose.
Things get weird when you get possessed by something. I don't know. Weirder things have happened from just ghosts possessing you. So, sorry, that's a general you, not anyone in particular.
No, the one time I got possessed by a ghost was pretty shitty.
It tends to be.
Okay, so that's 210 EXP, right?
For what?
Because I said so?
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Like, I don't think I rolled a single die.
It's that's what I'm saying. It's rare that we never roll a single dice.
So we should get 210 XP for it. Yes. I didn't roll anything. I should get.
Actually, it should be 310. My bad. I don't know how to do math.
So anyway, I'm gonna go shut down stream. I'll be back in a minute. Thank you guys for hanging out. It was great playing some Pathfinder. Welcome to the new name. Welcome to 20-sided songs. Let me go see if anyone I follow is online at the moment. But I might just be wrapping it up. I know Mr. Secret Lunchbox was afoot. So let me see if he's still on. Last time he ended a little early. Someone's playing Windrose. And Rise starting up. Boy, let's see. I keep missing him. Does he have like a regular work schedule or something? I keep missing my boy Lunchbox. The secret one and the Baux one. All right. Well, we'll just hang out. We'll just wrap things up. So, like I said, thank you guys for hanging out for Pathfinder. I'm now going to be streaming as 20-sided songs. I'm going to be trying to stream this weekend. I wanted to stream last weekend, but things went wild. Might be having a job again soon, shortly. So, that'll be great. That'll mean I don't have to spend a bunch of time looking for that. But it will also mean that I won't quite have as much time to stream. I will have not gotten to jump back into the... We'll work out a time. Thank you guys for hanging out. I'm gonna head out. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week, and I'll see you all again real soon. Goodbye!